Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz Video Recap. Today is Friday, August 21st, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. First up, was this the first topic? I guess so. So John Mueller posted at Google, on Google in a video, actually, he mentioned this, that Google does have a penalty server. He didn't say penalty server specifically, but he did say they have a way to check in real time, and we know this already, that they have a way to diagnose websites that may be impacted by algorithmic issues like Panda or Penguin or whatever. And in that, he actually said that, we quote it, he made a comment basically saying that it really can't have a black box. So scroll down over here, it says, so I kind of touched upon this earlier, basically the mention of Google having diagnostic tools. We do have various tools to diagnose what's happening there, specifically with algorithmic penalties, and to diagnose how sites are standing in search, to double check to see if things are working as they should. So we do need to kind of have these tools because we just can't have a black box on our side and not really knowing what's happening there. Basically saying Googlers need these tools because if they don't have these tools, they don't know what's going on. And obviously, the SEO community is like, yeah, we need these tools too because we need to know what's going on with their websites as well. So why not share with us? Of course, it's a little bit hard for them to share that data with them because, again, they can be used for manipulative reasons. Other interesting topic, Gary from Google basically said, let me share the tweet, if you're an SEO and you're recommending against going HTTPS, you're wrong and you should feel bad. So of course SEOs had a field day with this. A lot of SEOs do not want to take the chance or risk migrating a website from HTTP to HTTPS because website migrations could cause a lot of issues if it's done wrong and so forth. Whereas Google's saying, you know, HTTPS thing is the right way to go. Their algorithms and whatever they set up in terms of site migration, well, you should not see an impact longer than a week or two, according to Gary, and I'll get to that in a second. So moving your sites to HTTPS and telling your customers not to do that is a bad thing. It's definitely a good thing, he's saying. Of course, SEOs have issues with that because they don't want to migrate their clients to HTTPS if they see no direct ranking benefit. And there is a ranking benefit according to Google, but nobody's really seeing it. But Gary basically said you shouldn't see a negative impact after going to HTTPS, at least not within a week or two. After a week or two, it should be fine. You might see a subtle change in terms of one site going up and down over the course of a week or two while Google re-indexes and figures out what's the right site. But you shouldn't see a long-term impact, meaning 1 to 2 weeks, more than 1 to 2 weeks for when switching to HTTPS. And that's definitely been the case in terms of what I saw when I migrated sites. But there's a lot that could go wrong. There's a tremendous amount of things that could go wrong when you do the site migration and so forth. John Mueller said, we never index all your pages. He said this in a tweet, and he says, this is pretty much in context to response about saying how somebody wanted a tool to see specifically which pages Google does not index on your website in terms of what you submit in your sitemap. And John Mueller is basically saying, you know, we never index all your pages, so you can't always fix that. And then basically saying that even on my website, seroundtable.com, Google has only indexed about 95% of the web pages. And again, Google doesn't typically index all the web pages on a specific website. If you have a 10-page website, I would assume hopefully it'll index all your pages. But when it comes to larger sites, they typically do not index every single web page. This is very interesting. So 2 days ago, around I think at 4 o'clock or so p.m., Ripoff Report, one of the biggest pains in the butts for most SEOs, went ahead and disappeared from Google. If you did a site command for ripoffreport.com or www.ripoffreport.com, or even search for the domain for the name, ripoffreport.com was not listed in the Google search results for about a half hour, or maybe longer. I reported about it on Search Engine Land, and I even took a screenshot. This is what it showed. www or non-www didn't show up at all, and then within 30 minutes after I reported about it, everything was back. Google said, you know, Google basically responded that everything looks to be back to normal now. They said they'll look into it and see what happened, but they never got back to me. The question is, what happened? I've never seen a site completely, a site this big, completely gone from Google, and within an hour come back. It's just something I've never seen before. Maybe it was a bug on Google's end, maybe it was some type of weirdness on Ripoff Report's end, but I'm not exactly sure. Google told us a little bit more about lazy load content, specifically John Mueller, and he said this in a video at the 14-minute mark. basically said when it comes to mobile sites and when you scroll the mobile site and then the content loads as you scroll, Googlebot can't really do that scroll action on mobile. So again, if the desktop site has that content, you're fine, because right now Google indexes the desktop content for the mobile. Discussed that before. But when it comes to mobile-only stuff, Googlebot's not going to be able to get to that content if it's a scroll action that lazy loads the content. So keep that in mind. At least currently they can. There's a new bug with the Google Search Console in sitemaps reporting index counts. This is a bug that we reported about last month, and now it seems like a new bug's back where Google is having issues reporting the exact number of indexed results in a sitemap. So if you see that, do not be concerned. Google's aware of the bug, and hopefully they're fixing it. Google Webmaster Tools is going to discontinue the Python script, where you can actually use to download all your search query data. They no longer need that. They're going to discontinue that in October, and they're hoping you're going to switch to the new API, which they launched a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, which you get the same data from. But that Python script is going away in October. Now tweets, which used to be only on mobile results, is now being tested as of last month in the desktop results. So here's a picture. And you can see over here on desktop, Google is actually showing some tweets. And again, Google's testing this on desktop. They've been using it on mobile for a while now. Google has updated their user agent for the smartphone, for smartphone devices. So here's the before and after. Here's the after. Slight little changes. 6.0 versus 8.3. Different WebKit numbers. Different version numbers, again, similar to that. So you can see this some little tiny changes in terms of the user agent. So if you are using any user agent detection stuff with mobile smartphone stuff with Googlebot, definitely take a look at that. Google is testing a new mobile interface. Actually, not testing. I think it's live, where you can actually do a search and you see the site links on a specific site. For example, here they have these new expandable things. So you click on Google Updates, it drops it down and shows you site links within site links, which is pretty cool. They tested this on desktop a while ago, but now it seems like it's actually live for mobile results. Google's new mobile interface, it makes it harder to find the organic results. So if you do a search for any commercial related query, pretty much, what you'll see is that Google, this is the new look. I'll scroll. So here's the good big logo, search box, top blue navigation links, add, maybe you see a snippet of map data. Again, you don't really see any organic results here, and you can do that for a bunch of queries on your iPhone or Android phone, and you'll see not much coming up there in terms of organic results. The Google image search on mobile also went ahead and has been changed a little bit. Now you do a search for any type of query, and Google will give you these big press buttons that you can actually click on that filter results, and as you click on them, it says, all right, you click on the living room, white, brown, or gray, you click on brown, all right, it says here's the living room brown for your query result. You could actually click on them to remove them. I asked Google about this. They never got back to me about it being a new feature, but I've never seen that before, and it seems to be brand new. Bing beat Google to the punch. Remember Google announced Google on Tap, where you'd actually integrate, you just tap your screen, like you long press or the home button, and Google would actually show you related search data. Now, Bing has introduced that for Android. If you have the Bing Android app, if you go ahead and click on the home button on the app itself, well, if you're on any app and you click on, you long press on the home button, up will come a screen that pops up. Let me see if I can play this. Up will come a screen that pops up that pretty much gives you contextual data around that. I'm not going to show the video, but definitely take a look at this video because, again, this will explain it pretty well. But basically, you're on a specific site, and you're on a specific app. It could be any app, it could be any search query, it could be anything. You press long tap and a big snapshot comes up, and it has a bunch of features as well as action items to book stuff and so forth. So definitely take a look at that. Of course, if you have apps and you want to be in that developer area, you have to actually go ahead and ask Bing for permission to be whitelisted for that. So definitely take a look at the blog post if you're an app developer. Some really interesting ways to get more users to your apps and conversions for your business. Google AdWords launched automated extensions for shopping ads, PLAs. So now Google will automatically, based on your merchant data feed, show you promotional tags, free shipping, et cetera, like free shipping and reviews and stuff like that. It will show it automatically in your ads. But with that, Google's removing the promotional extension. because Google's going to automate that for you. Google Answers, I've never seen this before. Google Answers actually saying they're wrong. Obviously, Google doesn't know they're saying they're wrong, but if you did a search for that controversial keyword back in the day about dinosaurs, so here's the query. What happened to dinosaurs? In the past, it used to show a biblical answer. They removed it to show a scientific answer. And now they're saying Google is wrong about what happened to the dinosaurs. Again, this is just a Google answer. We're saying it's actually wrong, which is pretty funny. Finally, it's official. The red navigation links we've all come to love in Google in terms of the top navigation links, these things, is now officially blue. So if you do a search on mobile or desktop, you'll see it's now blue. When you click on these things, they actually are blue. So that's pretty much it. That recaps the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SERoundtable.com. Again, today is Friday, August 21st. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.